Hello and welcome. I am Remo Yesman, and today I would like to talk about Marathon because Marathon is slated to come out in 2025, yet we still don't know shit about this game. So I think it's time we start asking ourselves, is Marathon going to be the new Concord? Now, if you don't know what Concord is, I don't blame you because the marketing campaign for that game was horrible, but Concord was that $500 million live service disaster that Sony was heavily invested in. That $500 million disaster that launched to a max of 700 players, then was promptly shut down 2 weeks later. And I'm sure we all know by now that Bungie is developing their own live service hero shooter under the guise of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Their own live service hero shooter that has had a piss poor marketing campaign and is slated to come out this year. Now, we all know Bungie for the Halo and the Destiny franchise, and the thing about Halo is Halo was a game of its time, as when Halo came out, there wasn't a ton of competition, so Halo had room to spread its wings, whereas nowadays, you have a fuck ton of live service experiences fading in and out of obscurity competing for your time. Whereas when you look at a game like Destiny, Bungie kind of struck lightning in the bottle with Destiny because when they dropped Destiny, it wasn't received very well due to the lackluster in-game. Like once you did the main story campaign, there really wasn't that much shit to do unless you had a group of friends that wanted to complete the raid. And then on top of that, putting together a group to begin with was toxic as fuck, so most players just opted to play the game as if it was a single player game to begin with. But if you stuck with Destiny over a long period of time, Bungie did continue to develop Destiny, and Destiny did get better. But the thing about that is, Bungie still didn't learn their lesson because just like they abandoned the Halo franchise, they are now abandoning the Destiny franchise in favor of Marathon. And listen, I kind of understand why they abandoned the Halo franchise because at the time they were under the wing of Microsoft, and Microsoft wasn't the best business partner, as Bungie explained. There was a lot of deadlines being imposed and a lot of micromanaging going on. But to be honest with you, when you look at the way Bungie has handled their funds and the situation they ended up being in after Destiny 2, it's not surprising that Microsoft was micromanaging them. And to be honest about Microsoft micromanaging their studios, they were actually more successful when they were micromanaging studios instead of taking this hands-off approach, but that's a story for another time. The thing about Bungie is, Bungie did eventually make Destiny and Destiny 2 successful, and they did eventually rake in a fuck ton of cash off Destiny and Destiny 2. But instead of leveraging their money properly and developing Destiny 3 little by little in the background, they invested money on all these weird-ass ill-gotten ventures that were never going to succeed, projects that ended up getting canceled, and then on top of that, they had fucking staff doing shit like cooking classes and knitting. That was just all money that could have been spent better elsewhere. And now Bungie has put all their chips in one basket, and that basket is called Marathon. And the thing about Marathon is Marathon has changed in scope over the course of development, and it went from being a regular extraction shooter to a hero shooter sort of deal because the CEO of fucking Riot Games that now works for Sony said they had a lot of success with Valorant and hero shooters, so they pushed Bungie in that direction. And that was stupid as fuck for Bungie to go in that direction. Bungie should just play to their strengths, because now by making your game a hero shooter, you're competing directly with games like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. And the thing about competing directly with Marvel Rivals is you're never going to outcompete Marvel Rivals because Marvel has a fuck ton of beloved characters that have a lot of name recognition, and you just don't have that, Bungie. Then on top of all that, Bungie's marketing for Marathon has just been piss poor. It's been one of the worst marketing campaigns I've seen for a live service game that's supposed to release recently. Then furthermore, we haven't seen any gameplay for this game. The only gameplay we've seen is that scripted ass trailer they released with that robot dude running through the fucking arena with caterpillars and shit. And we just don't know shit about this game. So I think it's time we ask ourselves, is Marathon going to be the new Concord? Thank you guys for watching. This is Remo Yes Man signing out. Peace.